Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Super GX in the building, and you know how we feeling. And last night was my charity event, 2023, for top tier that I played at. It was the holiday charity event, and it was super fun. I've been recently playing PK, but I decided to switch it up to like last night and play Sprite, and I got first place, went undefeated, won the mat. It was insane. I've been doing good with PK, but like I haven't been like getting like first place, you know, with PK. But with this deck, like I don't know, I just went sicko mode last night. But yeah, I'm gonna show you guys the goo. So yeah, without further ado. Also, my matchups were round one. I played against Lab. That was a wild matchup. Literally, I talenced him and then took out his only like playable card, which was Butler. And he really just couldn't do anything throughout the match because Sprite is OP against that deck. Round two, I played against Blackwing, which you'll see his profile. He ended up getting third. Basically. Like that, our match was insane. Round one, I tried to play through his board, but I couldn't. I made Typhon and everything, and I just didn't do anything. Like I Zeused him and then put Typhon on it, and like he was just like, all right, I'll out the Typhon. And then later on, I ended up OTKing him with his own cards because I made Darken, took the big guy from the grave. Round three, I played against Unchained, and then round four in the finals, I played against Branded Despia, and I think round four was my favorite because he's going to raw lock me in game two, and it was a swift 2-0. My only match that went to game three was against Unchained, but essentially, it was a swift 2-0. He like the branded player. Joe, he goes Ash. He's going to raw lock me. He goes Ash. He goes Branded Fusion. I go Ash. He goes Call By. I go Bell, and then that's just the end of it. But yeah, without further ado, I'm gonna show you guys the goo. So for sprites, I play the 3 blue, 3 jet, the 1 red, and the 1 carrot. This is pretty much all you need. I was experimenting with 2 red, but I think you only really just need 1. I wasn't really struggling with grind game because instead of searching smashers, with like how bad this deck's grind game is in this format, what you want to do is with jet, you want to search for starter instead of smashers. That way you have a form of grind game. But yeah, that's the sprite package. For the Nimbles, I am still playing the Nimble Sprite stuff. I played the 3 Beaver and the 2 Angler. This is pretty much all you need. Basically, you want to have the 2 just in case you open up 1 in hand. I was opening up this card a lot, but in game 2 versus Blackwing in round 2, I had this in Jet in hand, and I had Prosp in hand. And literally, I could have went Pros for 6, but I was like, nah, I'm going to play with the hand that I have. And what I did was I ended up prosping for 3 into an anti-spell, and that's what got me game 2. And then, like I said, in game 3, I just killed him with his own cards. But yeah, that's the Nimble package. It's pretty standard. You want to have, like the Beavers an extra starter if needed. For the Punk Engine, I'm still playing the Punk Engine. Like, it's just too insane in this deck. I'm playing the 1 Zayama and the 1 Foxy Tune and the 1 Gear Note. Like, these cards are just insane. They facilitate so much for your board. They get you into your Adventure Engine super quick. Just great cards overall. I've explained them enough on the channel. Just insane. I play them in, like, almost every deck I play. For the Adventure Engine, the 3 Water Enchantress and the 1 Griffin Rider. Obviously, I play these in almost every deck I play too, because this engine's insane. Like, this engine's crazy. Basically, the water obviously just helps you get to right, and then right gets you a Griffin Rider, and it's a free Omni Negate. And then E-Telly with the Punk engine gets you into this, and it also gets you into your Sprite engine, so it's insane. Like, both engines just work so well together. And last but not least, something I have not played in the Sprite list before is the one Vampire Retainer. I was experimenting with this with other decks, and then I played it in this deck. Also, I apologize for like my loud air conditioning, but basically I was experimenting like with this in other decks, and then I threw it in here because it allows you to get an Omni Negate that beats Dark Ruler, and who doesn't want that? Like, that's insane. And then for non-engine, I decided to play 3 Ash, 3 Nib, 1 Ogre, 3 Imperm, and then 1 Talent. So these went insane. I think the only one that I did not use was Imperm, but like, I'm so glad I played these. These cards were just insane all around. I ended up cutting Droplet for a 3rd Nib, and I was playing like 3 Droplet, but I cut it for a 3rd Nib, and I put in Talent, and I put in something else, but I can't remember. It might have been I think it was the 3rd Prosp. But basically, like, I'm so glad I played a 3rd Nib. This came up so crazy in game 3 versus Black Wings. He was going first. I had Ogre in hand too, so I ogred his like the one that lets him get an extra normal summon or whatever. And then he summons for 5, and because he doesn't have the extra extender thanks to me ogering it, I just nib him for his life, and then I just OTK him. It was insane. And then Talents came up so much to just like draw cards and then rip cards out of hand. If I played another Talents, like if I played any more Talents, I would probably just play 1 more. But space is super tight. But like Talents, God, this card's crazy. Like, the 1 of just even comes up. But yeah, for just like other consistency cards, I guess you could say, there's your 3 E-Telly for the combo, 3 Pot, and then the 2 starter for like your big power spells. I wish this card could come back to 3, but it's just too insane. But E-Telly is literally starter at 3. Like, it's literally just another starter. So it's like you're essentially playing 8 copies of starter, because Pot can get you to starter, or a starter in general. Starter's insane, E-Telly's insane. Just all cards that help you facilitate a worthy board, which this deck does struggle with, but not in this version. For the rest of the adventure engine, on the 2 right, the 1 Faithful and the 1 Draco back. Just like the standard engine that you play. I don't play 3 right because of space reasons, and I mean, you have multiple cards that can get to it anyways, so it's not too important in this deck. And then for the last 2 in the main, the 1 Smashers and the 1 Vampire Domination, this is what you search off of your retainer, and it just becomes an Omni Negate and helps you beat Dark Ruler. So insane. That's it for the main. It's 46 cards. Also, another neat interaction in round 4 was I literally ended on like in the finals in game 3, it came down to a grind game, and I ended on like, after breaking his board, I ended on SP and Carrot, and all he had was Branded Fusion, so that just got me the dub. But yeah, for the extra deck, I'm playing the 1 Spright, the 1 Cherubini, the 1 IP, the 1 SP, the 1 Dark, the 1 Unicorn, the 1 Apo, and the 1 Access Code. Funny enough, people think that like you don't make access code in this deck, but it kind of comes up, especially like in my variation, because I have so many cards that just help me like link off and link up. So it actually comes up a lot. SP, I made a lot. I didn't make it on my first turn board a lot, but in some scenarios, if you get hand trapped to oblivion, you can just slap this on the board and then, you know, force them to do something. But yeah, that's it for the links for the Xyz monsters. Just the 2 gigantic spright, the 1 Djinn Buster, 1 Soul Sweeper, 1 Typhon, and then 1 Zeus. So obviously the extra deck looks a lot different than my last profiles, obviously because of the addition with SP Little Knight and Super Star Slayer Typhon Sky Crisis. This card's crazy. I only summoned it once in the other scenario against the Unchained player in game 2 when I could have summoned it. I didn't because I knew I was just gonna lose anyways, so I ended up just taking him to game 3 and winning anyways. But basically, like this lineup's insane. I don't think I'd change it. I think the only Xyz monster I didn't make all night was the Djinn Buster, but I'm sure it would probably come up eventually. If it doesn't, I'll probably cut it for Mosquito, just because Mosquito's insane. And then last but not least, the 1 Jam Dragon Drive for the Punk combo. You need it, it's insane. A funny interaction was in game 3, when my opponent had a set Super Poly as like his last play. Like I was like getting to try and force out his interactions, because what I did was I had Griffin and I had E-Telly in hand. So what I did was I specialed the Griffin and then I activated E-Telly to summon out Ogre. And that was a funny little Punk combo because he thought I was gonna like synchro 10. So would have been cool if it would have like forced him to activate Super Poly, but it didn't, unfortunately. But he was definitely very shaken up by it. But yeah, moving on to the side that I played I played 3 Droll, 3 Bell, 1 Red Resonator, 3 Dark Ruler, 2 Storm, and then 3 Anti-Spell. So literally the only cards I saw, and they were MVP, was Bell and Anti-Spell. These cards were insane all night. Like this, me prospering for 3 and just grabbing this, it's peak. It's peak. All these other cards I didn't use. I didn't see Droll. I didn't see Dark Ruler. I never, literally, like, all my matches never went in a time, so I didn't need Red Resonator. Like, Bell was nuts with the interaction where I belt the called by, and then against Lab, this card was just peak. Like, I don't think I'm ever taking this out of my side. Like, this card's insane. But yeah, like all the other cards I didn't use though. I'm pretty confident that I probably will use them in the future though. But yeah, that's gonna be the list. Like I said, 46 cards in the main, 15 side, 15 extra. I really enjoyed playing this list, and I really like the mat. But yeah, it was cool to play in the event. I'll probably be playing this at the regional. I don't know for sure yet what I'm going to be playing. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you all next time. Peace.